So today I'm going to talk about cutting mechanics. One of the problems that a lot of people have is they don't understand what they're doing when they're hitting their target with a sword. If you just strike into the sword, depending on what the material is, what you're trying to cut, there's a really good chance that it is going to flop out of the way. Now, yes, you can absolutely muscle your way through a lot of targets. And if you have a blade that's designed like this, where you have this recurve that pulls what you're cutting into the belly of the blade, yeah, you can actually have a somewhat bad technique and get a cut. However, we don't want bad technique. When you're doing practice like this, it's a great time to work on perfecting your technique. So, when you strike your target, you don't strike through like with a stick or a baton or a baseball bat or anything like that, where you're trying to push your knife, sword, whatever, through your target. No, we want to pull our sword through the target. And this is why in the Filipino martial arts, when we're doing all of these lines like this, where we're drawing our weapon through the air, what we're actually doing is practicing drawing our weapon through our target to get that cut. Now that's all well and good for Filipino weapons, but what about something like this 14th century Mesa? The exact same thing. We are not trying to chop through our target like we're swinging with a stick or an axe or a baseball bat or anything that's more of an impact weapon. We are still moving rapidly to our target, but once we get to our target, we slice through the target. The same applies to knives. Although with smaller weapons, this is a little easier, as counterintuitive as that is, because of the short length, we automatically draw it through our target. So it's not a big deal, and it's relatively easy to accomplish. Same thing with a Bowie knife. A larger knife, still very easy to draw through the target. Now let's get a close-up look in a different angle of how this works using this gunting. Again, we're not striking into the target. We're not trying to cleave through the target. What we're actually doing is finding our line and then cutting. Find our line and cut. So remember, no matter what weapon you're using, what style, look at the edge and think about your mechanics from the shape of the blade and how you need to move that blade in a slicing motion through your target instead of an impact. Big difference, especially when it comes to effort and the kind of damage you cause. So to add one final note to this whole discussion, what all of that was really leading up to is how to practice developing this ability. It's relatively simple. With your weapon, whatever it happens to be, move into position on the target and then look at your body. Look at the position your body's in. Look at the angle your weapon's at, and then pull through the target, not chop. So again, move to the target, cut. Move to the target, cut. Move to the target, cut. It's that simple. And then eventually you put it all together and you're able to do it quickly. So, have a good one.